Hi everybody, welcome. My name is Matt Robinson, the Gregarious Hermit. Just wanted to do a really quick video today about why being out in nature is so relaxing and why it is just naturally relaxing. So as you can see behind me, I'm in the middle of a forest right now. It's a little bit windy, and if you actually look at the forest behind me though, you'll see that there aren't too many things for your mind to analyze. Part of the reason why our minds are so noisy is that they're constantly looking at the environment around us and looking for threats, and to do that it has to identify each object that it sees and basically give it a label. You often hear people talking about your mind labeling things, and that's literally what it's doing. It's looking and it's seeing the tree and basically identifying it as a tree and realizing that a tree isn't threatening, and then okay, it may look at the leaves. But nature, there are actually so few things that feel threatening. So your mind is just naturally at ease and it's relaxing. There aren't a million things for it to keep identifying. If you look behind me, all you see are tree trunks and leaves blowing in the breeze, and that's literally it. I don't know if you can see the rocks in the foreground or not. But when you're anywhere other than that, even if you're sitting in your living room and your living room is completely quiet and peaceful, you will still identify things like the television, there's a plant in the plant pot, and there's just a million things in your living room that your mind, each time you scan across the room, it kind of identifies to see if it's a threat. And your mind is always doing that. And of course, if you go out onto your high street in the middle of your town, all of the storefronts, there are things to look at and identify. Every car that goes past is something that needs identifying, and your mind is just constantly on alert like that. So being out somewhere like this that is just peaceful just gives your mind a break. And if you actually come out here and slow down a little bit too, and start to look at the details of things. So even as you walk past a rock, just look very carefully at the details of the rock, the textures, the colors. Maybe it has moss on it. Maybe there's some leaves that are fallen on it. But just really take the time to look at those details and basically practice mindfulness. You may notice that your mind not just slows down in identifying things, but it actually stops. It's like you're using your mind actively to look at the thing that you want it to look at. And by doing that, you're actively using your mind rather than letting it just go kind of crazy. So in effect, you're telling your mind that you feel safe. You're not in an environment where a tiger is going to leap out at you. So you feel safe enough to take the time to actually look at something in detail. And just that simple act calms the mind down, calms your nervous system down. And then of course there are other things in nature, just breathing fresh air, breathing in all of the biome, the plants, the soil releases such wonderful things that as you breathe in, they become part of your body. And those are the things that you don't get in the high street so much, or when you're sitting in your living room. Nowadays we sit in the car, we just run into the building, into the office, we sit in an air-conditioned office all day. We go home at the end of the day, we go into air-conditioned shops, and then we go home and sit in our air-conditioned house. So you're really not taking in any of that sort of natural, biodiversity that would typically be part of your existence and your experience. So that's why nature is so calming and relaxing. Let me know if you have any questions. Just let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, thank you. Have a good day.